Wrong button. What is good, everybody? Push the wrong button. Reginald, what's good? Reggie's in here now. How are you?
Now the party's starting.
Now the party's real. Welcome in, everybody. Cody with the first. Dingus with the second. Brandy with the third. Sexy Bigfoot with the I'm late. And now I don't feel so bad. Listen. No, you're not. A Sexy Bigfoot is never late. He arrives precisely when he intends to. Also, Dingus. I'm seeing Dingus chats in my Twitch over here, but not on my main chat, which is weird.
Huh. Main chat. Oh, I see what you mean. Huh, weird.
But I'm seeing. I got both of them pulled up, so I can see all the questions. It's episode 15. It's been forever, and I say that every time we take a break for a week. God forbid we take longer than a week break. I will. I don't know what I'll do. But Mike, welcome in. Good to have you back. I hope you're feeling much better than you were before. Mike was down with the sickness last week.
Turns out it was COVID. So cheers.
But he had COVID-22. The mutated gene. But we're all set now.
Yeah, glad to be here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My chat has been weird.
Back to 30%.
30%. Hey, that's good enough to stream.
My normal 30%. But thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, man.
Glad to be here.
Absolutely.
I would say it's been a long time, or it feels like a long time, but literally for about 5 days, I was in a complete dream state. So
Mike was in a coma.
It feels
for 5
like
days.
I fast forward that. I fast forward that a little bit. So, yeah.
He woke up and
lots
just
to talk about.
Exactly. Lots of things to talk about. We did a double. We did a double feature this week for our movie. We did V for Vendetta, and we did Idiocracy. Which was a Caleb and then Sexy Bigfoot movie, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, definitely Caleb was V for Vendetta. I think it was Sexy Bigfoot.
Yeah, it seemed like a Sexy Bigfoot movie. Not that.
Randerosep cheered. X125. PP poo poo.
Brandy, thank you so much for the 125 big old PP poo poos. But appreciate those biddies. This is our last episode, or our last stream for the
subathon.
The subathon, streamathon, whatever you want to call it. Exclamation point goals will get you what we've got going on here. Scared the crap out of me just now. Yeah, man, it's been great. I've had some. Was I suffering from back pain last time we had a podcast?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm doing much better now with that. Been seeing the chiropractor. Good. That's been great.
I love.
Been stretching. Been doing all the stuff. So that's been going well.
Nice.
What else is new? Oh, let me just get this out of the way. Twitch, this is not a real firearm. This is a bug-killing tool. Okay? If you see my TikTok, you know what it is. But I got the bug assault revolver, and let me tell you, this thing's metal. This thing has CO2. It's CO2 freaking powered.
Oh, let's go.
And the original bug assault guns you fill up with your own table salt. This bad boy comes with preloaded salt rounds that rotate. This thing is a revolver. And let me tell you, if you haven't seen my TikTok that I just posted today, go take a peek. This thing blasts bugs. We shot Jaro spiders with them, and they're an invasive species, and we've been told to exterminate if you can. And when I say that they disappear, they 100% disappear. They are gone.
There we go. You got a holster for that thing?
Thanos snapped. I don't have a holster. It does have a laser on it, so...
What? Oh my gosh. Bro, you need to akimbo those things like in
Modern Warfare.
Oh man, that's freaking great.
I made a TikTok. Didn't you see it? I thought you commented on it, Sexy Bigfoot. Shot on sight. Shoot on sight. Yeah, we got strict orders. Do not use not less than lethal. Use 100% lethal. Oh, it was Dingus that commented. Yeah. See, and I get you guys mixed up. So it's Grandma. That's what I'm saying. But man, we've been having fun with that.
Oh my gosh!
I think we killed Maggie. I think the number's closer to 30 now. So
jeez, we could have used those in Arkansas. Holy crap.
We've been blasting away, and it's a good time. It's fun. Their usernames are nearly identical, and they're both very, very good-looking men. So
that's true. Yeah, you can't discern that way, which sucks.
You know what you know what. If it's illegal, take me to jail. That many and I'm talking that many spiders in probably a 10-foot section of the yard.
Jeez. Oh, it was in the yard. Okay.
Not in the house. No.
Yeah, when you first said that, I was like, oh man, that's an infestation.
Yeah, we couldn't. We had to fight our way to the kitchen this morning. No, I'm just kidding.
Bro, dude, we had a job like that in we had a job in Arkansas, and the place we were staying was a B&B right next to a river. And that place was infested with so many different types of spiders.
Oof.
It was a nightly occurrence of like 4, I say grown, but it was a bunch of grown man children back to back, just like with pillows in hand, just like whacking the floor.
No way.
Like 4 of us in a circle. And we killed so many. And it was,
that's crazy.
Like I said, nightly occurrence.
You were playing Helldivers before it came out.
Oh man, if I had a flamethrower, bro. But no, I want one of those because that would have been so nice. But then the entire house would be covered in like an inch of salt.
Yeah.
Like, no, it's
this thing. Crazy. I will say it was not cheap. As far as like you're talking probably the same amount for an airsoft gun. It was like $124, I think.
Yeah, go.
So,
that's why it worked.
Listen, was it too expensive? Probably. Should I have bought it?
Does it work?
Probably not. Does it work flawlessly every single time? 100%.
Yeah. What you're paying for? What is it called? Accuracy and
quality.
Reliability.
Yeah, reliability. This is the Glock of the Assault series.
Mm-hmm.
But could I have went out and bought a high point 9mm for the same exact price and shot actual bullets at these spiders? Yeah, but would I have hit them? No, because high points are garbage.
Well, yeah, I would have jammed on like the second. You're good. You're done. That is exactly what that is for. That's the best that is.
Yeah, that is. Now, I did get like 300 and something shots and 5 CO2 cartridges. 5?
Nice.
5. CO2 cartridges. So that was part of the thing. And yeah, you do have to buy it. But it was like one of those things where I was like, oh guys, look at this. Because I was looking, and Maggie and her family had like the regular assault gun. But it just doesn't, it takes out flies and that's about it. And it barely sometimes does that. And I was like, man, they've got to have a bigger one by now. And I look and I see that and I was like, they got a CO2 powered revolver. And my brother-in-law was there and he was like, that sounds so cool. And I was like, all right, I'm buying it. That was, you know how I am with, you know how I am with buying guns. Yes. It's like, I like that. And then as soon as somebody gives me like this much of affirmation about it, I bought it. I'm trying
to think of the least amount that you've worked with where it's like, oh, nice. I'm buying the Vector.
Yeah, bought it. Mike took me to a gun store, and I was like, oh, that must mean he wants me to buy a gun.
That's why we couldn't go out very many places. It's
Yeah,
like, man, that's interesting. But Justin will buy something.
Yeah, we should go there. No, I'll spend too much money.
What was it there? And you give me your card.
What was it the other day? It was something blackjack, and I was like, I sent it to you, and I was like, I need you to come with me though, because
it was like just remember you're like, I don't know, it was like 18 hands away from generational wealth.
Yeah, you're in blackjack. Yeah. And I was like, I need you in my corner, Mike.
That's 18 wins. Like, that's not 18 hands.
And I would get it.
If I was there, yeah.
You've seen me play blackjack.
I have seen you play blackjack without me.
With you, though. It works. It works really well. Mike is
a diamond casino for everything they had.
Mike is my conscience when it comes to not. I'll be at 20, and they'll be like, "You want another card? Hey, give me another one." The dealer's like, "Are you sure?" I said,
"Are you sure?" Dealers never ask. Never ask for it. Are you sure?
Yeah.
Like, sir, I feel bad at this point.
Going to the store with no need, I shall be lurking. Love you, man. All right, Maggie, have fun at the store. Be safe. Anyhow, so that's kind of what I was been up to. I've been shooting bugs and doing chiropractor stuff and doing streams. I've streamed more times this weekend than I have usually in a whole week. It's been great. We have 14 subs. I'm so stoked. I've eaten 5 crickets in about 5 crickets, and that would be 9. No. Yeah, 9 worms.
Oh dang! How are the crickets?
They're sour cream and onion. So, not as bad. But I did say that I was gonna wash them down with this thick water, and that's the worst part. It's much worse. Yeah. Can this chat be seen in both your chat windows? Yes, it can be.
Caleb, I am healthier than I was last week. Yes, by about a lot, but still coughing, but way better. Thank you for asking.
He's on the up. He's on the up and up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So what's you've been in a coma for the past 5 days? So
yeah, not great. I did get out of the coma, and I was able to hang out with my nephew this weekend. We watched Book of Eli. First time he's seen it. He really enjoyed it. He said that so he doesn't know actors by name very well.
Me either.
Yeah, but I think, to be fair to him, I think he's seen more movies than you.
Yeah,
but
100%.
He said that Denzel's his second favorite actor next to Taika Waititi. So
that's high praise. I feel like that's high praise coming from Red.
Yeah,
because especially since that second one's black.
The jokes he's made.
Yeah.
Oh, Kevin! Hallelujah.
Star Wars: The Acolyte has been canceled. No season 2. Praise the Lord.
That's so surprising.
I did not see that coming. Caleb wants to know if you're doing anything Friday evening.
I am. What are we doing? Something?
I don't know.
Love to hang out. Friday evening. Yeah, I don't think I have anything Friday evening. Los Sueños?
Oh.
Los Sueños. Is that
Ready or Not?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Swap.
Oh yeah. I try and keep my
I bought the DLC.
Fridays semi-open. Oh, I don't have it.
No, you don't need it.
What is the DLC?
You don't need it. If the host has it, then everyone else gets it.
I hope I can get that thing working right before then. But I have plenty of time to work on it. But yeah,
Caleb, I'm sure would answer any questions that you have. Gerb, are the people that were defending it all like upset now or what?
Dude, I saw somebody who was paid to endorse it, and I legit unfollowed them because I'm not. It was such a disappointment because they were like it's either you are like selling yourself to pay for it, which I think is like kind of scummy, but it's meta if you were making a joke.
Yeah.
But it seemed like they were actually trying to make money by promoting it, and I'm like, oh, you are an a-hole. Like, yeah. I don't like you. I don't trust you anymore.
I didn't think it was that bad, guys, for real. I mean, it wasn't great, but I don't know what was so bad about it. I never watched it. I just listen. I just know that if Kevin Gerber says that a Star Wars thing isn't good, I'm not even looking at a trailer for it.
Oh, the one. Listen, Caleb, I just got a Vietnam flashback, and I'm trying to stay in here. I'm trying not to lose it.
But I don't know what we're talking about. Let's talk about some movies. We got a lot of movie to cover.
Great double feature for this week.
Great double
because
feature.
I feel like I think those came out within a few years of each other, and it's creepy how accurate they were.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
Yeah, both of them were very. Oops. Both. I fixed it. Both of them were very on point with some modern day issues. For the first movie we watched, it was V for Vendetta. I watched it and last week. So if my recollection of it isn't perfect, it's because I've watched one movie since then. But
V for Vendetta. Dumb people, right?
Yeah. So this guy time travels. No, I'm just kidding. So V for Vendetta is set in England. I don't know what the time period is exactly, but it's like is it kind of steampunkish? Not really.
I wouldn't say steampunkish. It's not even post-apocalyptic. It's like just authoritarian future.
Sure. You know what? Better idea. I'll describe Idiocracy. You describe V for Vendetta.
Okay.
Go for it.
Go first? Or?
Go.
Okay. So V for Vendetta is a documentary. No,
it's
a movie about a future where America is torn apart by civil war. It takes place in Great Britain. I want to say within like the next 50 years. And talks about Great Britain has turned into a bit of an authoritative dictatorship, and so the movie dives into the ideas of revolution and what is freedom and stuff like that. Pretty stylized movie based on a comic.
I didn't know that.
Let's see. Yeah. Kind of the only time you can tell it for me was like at the end fight scene.
Yeah.
When that movie came out, I want to say, I think it came out the same year as Revenge of the Sith.
Oh, okay.
Natalie Portman is in it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, speaking of Star Wars,
yeah. And Hugo Weaving, a ton of British actors that have been in Sherlock and stuff like that.
Sure.
Also, if you ever see a picture of Natalie Portman on like red carpet with her head shaved, it was for this movie.
Gotcha.
I think there's a meme of her and Hayden Christensen on the red carpet, and it's like I love seeing Anakin with Captain Rex. So it's amazing. I love it. Movie was kind of weirdly influential. It gave a face to the or a rallying point for the anonymous hacker movement, which still goes on today. But I don't think they're as powerful as they were like mid 2010s ish. But let's see what else about the movie. Good movie. The things it called out have a lot of it has happened.
Yeah.
Like how the news contorts messages and bends truth to fit a narrative. It was whenever I saw this when I was too young, like 12 or 13.
Sure.
And I think it affected how I see the world. But going back and seeing it, it was crazy how well they like got it right with the news, just completely telling the same story, knowing what actually happened, and then just bending it.
Like right from the beginning when he blew up that cathedral thing.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was a fun movie. I'm not okay. Listen, this might be controversial. I'm not a huge Natalie Portman fan. She did okay in this movie. I thought it was all right. But like you said, the whole like the couple of things that they hit on the head, especially relevant to like right now and today. With like news and how they manipulate it, and just like, it's almost like a foreshadowing if we made a bunch of wrong decisions, which I feel like the creator, Mike, hold me back. I was like, man, like younger me would have attacked you, but I respect your opinion. I didn't say I hated her or anything. I'm not a huge fan. Okay.
Sure.
But I feel like movies are art, and I feel like they obviously the creator of the movie or the writer of the comic book was obviously onto something. But all in all, I thought the movie was fairly well done. The story was pretty good. It got weird towards the end. I was like, what? Like, why? Yeah. Like, why? I didn't really understand.
Talking about when she gets arrested?
Yeah, she gets arrested and then, like, is in her little cell, and then, like, the little notes and stuff. I'm like, that's fine. That made sense. But, like, the story that they told with the little notes, I'm like, all right.
Sure.
That was kind of a surprise, I should say. It didn't feel like it was on brand. It kind of felt like forced into the movie.
I think they cut out too much, because watching it again, I just like thematically everything felt like it was on fast forward.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, no. I think in the comic books it's a lot.
It did feel the timeline, because there was like the whole movie kind of goes over an entire year, correct? Because the 5th of November, and then like the next 5th of November is when that all goes down. Right. And I think they could have done a little bit of a better job making sure that timeline felt like it was a year gone. Yeah. It kind of felt like it was over a week instead of over a year.
I learned that the comic book is a 10-parter.
Okay.
And I think that would have been like a really good miniseries. But back then, no way would it be made into a miniseries.
No.
I think we're lucky to have it as a movie, honestly.
Yeah. I can see why Caleb recommended this movie and why Caleb likes this movie. It's very up Caleb's avenue. But I enjoyed it. I thought the little like slow motion fight scene was very Neo from the Matrix-ish.
Interesting you say that. One of the let's see, it was one of the directors or the writers was the Wachowski brothers, who did the Matrix.
Oh, okay.
They didn't write the original comic book, but they wrote the screenplay for this.
Sure.
So I mean, that makes sense.
I think Caleb's real favorite movie is the movie that V watches in the movie. And I think
because he's trying to be V.
I don't think Caleb wants to tell anybody about it.
That's funny.
But I thought overall it was an easy Easy watch. It was not boring. The story, although it felt fast, was not hard to follow. And yeah, it was pretty good.
Good.
All the way to the end. I don't have too many complaints about it.
Other than Natalie Portman.
Other than Natalie Portman.
Gotcha. Yeah, this was, I think, way ahead of its time. And even the comic book came out like in, I want to say at least the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of crazy how ahead of its time it was. The comic book writer said it was dumbed down quite a bit, and I think in the comic books it was more because V was who's the Migo, jeez, the main character kind of. He is way more pro anarchy as opposed to pro like freedom and stuff like that. Which, I mean, anarchy is kind of a ton of freedom, but
that's about all the freedom.
Like, yeah, that's the most freedom you can get, really. But they toned it down to make it a little bit more, I think, palatable.
Sure.
But yeah, it was an interesting movie. When I saw it, I think it was very influential on me. They said the C word in the beginning. Somebody says it, and I'm pretty sure I didn't know what that was when I first saw the movie. So that's how far back I saw it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm always cautious because this is one of those movies that it makes me cautious of any sort of complete power, regardless if I agree with it or not.
Sure.
I don't want people to have complete power like that. But yeah, it's a influential movie. There is something with V that so many people have tried to be like him since.
Yeah.
That it's almost a cliche character.
Yeah.
But it's not because he's cliche, it's because he made a mold. You know what I mean? And so many people have tried to be that and failed. But love the character.
But I think
good time.
I think the idea of the character itself is not and he said it in the movie, is not a person. Like he's not.
Yeah.
He's the idea, and so anybody can be V, essentially.
Right.
And that's kind of what you see at the end of the movie is everybody with the masks on, doing their thing. But yeah, very, very interesting movie, very fun watch. Was kind of crazy how the country in the movie became authoritarian because of
a mysterious origin that they may or may not have had a hand in.
Didn't they cause
Nuts.
they caused the disease in the movie?
Yes, but maybe. Kind of prophetic in a lot of ways, or at least called out the pattern early.
Interesting.
Yeah,
it's weird how a little offshoot thought here. It's weird how TV and like The Simpsons and just other movies and stuff be calling stuff before it happens, you know? And I'll leave it at that. I'm going to give this movie a 8.2.
Very nice.
I enjoyed it. It was action-ishy.
Like poetry.
It's like poetry. I thought that the guy that V was going to talk in V's the entire time like he did in the first scene that he comes in.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, oh, man, this is going to be rough. I got a little freaking gnat flying around.
Yeah, right?
But,
don't shoot your camera.
But he didn't. So I was that would have brought the score down for me because I was like, I didn't even know that many words with V's existed.
Right. He used all of them, I think.
He used every single one of them, and I was like, I get what he's trying to say, but I don't know what he just said.
Right.
And
I know some of these words.
Yeah, and that's all right. What about you, Mike? What are you scoring it?
I'm gonna get. Oh man, I feel like I would have a little low on this one. But it's all for like technical reasons, not really story.
Sure.
Like, I guess some art. I'm gonna give it a 7.75.
Okay.
Because like it's great. But it is. I don't know. It seemed some of the stuff seemed a little. And it's probably because of the year it came out, but some of the stuff seemed a little tacky. When like sound effects wise.
Sure.
But I think it's because it's such an old movie. It's got some age to it.
Yeah.
Then they also dumbed it down and kind of fast forward through some stuff. And I think.
Nom Nom Cat Food. Howdy. How are you? Welcome on to YouTube.
Oh, nice.
I'm going to get it.
But I when I saw it the first time, it was huge for me.
Sure.
So probably at least an 8.
7.58.
I'll give it an 8. Yeah. Good movie. I recommend it.
Yeah.
I would definitely recommend it to somebody who needs to keep an eye out on things.
Sure.
But yeah, good movie.
Yo, Batwan, what's good over on the YouTube? How you doing?
What's up, Bat?
So, our next movie, that was V for Vendetta.
Yes.
Pretty decent movie. Give it a watch if you'd like. Keep me entertained while I'm at work. I got you, Batwan. The second movie we watched was Idiocracy, and this is a movie that I had no idea. I was like, I don't know what this is. Your stream just randomly came up as a recommendation. I missed what movie you guys were talking about. We were talking about V for Vendetta. That was the last movie. We typically do a movie a week, and Mike wasn't here last week, so we did 2 movies, and so we're covering 2. The next one we're doing is Idiocracy. So that movie is, if you're not aware, spoiler alerts, I guess. This is an older film, so if you haven't seen it, like, that's kind of on you. But Idiocracy is a movie that takes Google, I'm not talking to you. It takes a pretty average Joe guy with nothing going for him and a stripper. The average Joe guy is in the military, and they put them in a military experiment to experiment with cryo sleep. Their whole idea is to take the smartest and best people, freeze them, and bring them back later down the road when they need them. And so they start. You mean the prophecy from future? Yeah, nom nom. It might be.
Yeah.
But the experiment, they take this stripper and this very average military guy. They put them in these containers, and the head of the experiment gets busted for a prostitution ring or whatever, and the whole experiment gets scrapped and forgotten about and bulldozed. And they get left in their little cryopods for 505 years, I think.
Yeah.
Is what the movie says. And they finally get out of their pods, and they realize that they have they've been asleep for a long time, and the world that they wake up to, and the narrator. What I think I like about this movie is the narration throughout the entire thing. I love like a good narrator movie. It brings me back to like the old George of the Jungle like movies. But the narrator is like the whole point. The setup for this whole movie is that people who are dumb or with low IQs are breeding fast, and people with high IQs are breeding slow or not at all. And so 505 years into the future, all of the dumb people have bred over and over and over again, and compounding this issue, and have created a post-apocalyptic wasteland of a world due to being stupid. Not at all in the future. I'm looking forward to Carl's Jr. sponsored world where I can finally all the electrolytes I crave. The electrolytes plants crave. But so the average guy wakes up in this dumb world and finds himself as the smartest person in the world. And then his long story short, is placed in a place of put in a place of power and told to fix all of their problems or they're going to kill him. Whilst he is trying to find this time machine that somebody told him about to go back in time to stop the experiment so that they don't get to there. It's a great movie. Go watch it. I won't spoil the very, very ending, but if you haven't seen it, go watch it. I enjoyed this movie. This was right up my alley as far as like humor goes. It was funny. It was stupid. This Idiocracy is one of those movies that I would put in the stupid movie category, and not that it is a dumb movie. Like, I don't like that movie. It's dumb. It's like this movie's stupid like humor. Stupid it's like stupid funny. Stupid humor. Dumb and Dumber should have been in a category of that, but it was too stupid. So that movie's dumb, not a stupid movie. But anyway, like Kung Pao. Exactly. Sexy Bigfoot, big up on the movie recommendation. You saw the post-credit scene? There's a post-credit scene?
I did not see the post-credit scene.
What's the post-credit scene?
Yeah, that's interesting.
Hold on. I'll look it up.
Can you pull that up? I can talk about it if you want.
Yeah, keep talking. I'll pull it up.
Love this movie. I think everybody should see this movie. These two movies that we watched, man, it made the day hard because I'm like, we are living in a weird combination of both of these. And it's a cult classic. I've heard about it like everywhere, but I haven't seen that much on it. And so this is the first time I actually sat down and watched it.
Yeah.
And loved it because I kind of knew what the vibe was. Love Mike Judge. He, I think, directed, produced, and wrote this film, and he also created King of the Hill.
Yeah.
And I want to say Beavis and Butthead too, but like you said, with it's like stupid humor, but as opposed to like stupid humor for the sake of stupidity,
right.
It's stupid humor to prove a point.
Yeah,
and it's great that it does that and found a way to do that.
Okay, I think I can show the thing. It'll be delayed for you if you're watching the stream, Mike. Sorry. This is the post-credit scene. Hold on. Oh,
pulling it up. Nope, not that. Actually, easy will be fine.
Hold on. Here we go.
A little behind.
It's not lined up with my thing, but that's all right. That is okay. We don't need that. All right. Here we go.
Oh, hell no. Upgrade is gonna kill me. He gets mad when I'm a day late with his money.
So you owe your boyfriend money?
Well, yeah. He's sort of my manager, too.
This isn't the post-credit scene, but there, I think it comes...
The paintings and shit.
It's a lead up to that.
Rita, you gotta understand that Upgrade's been dead for a long time now.
Yeah, man, but you said there was a time machine, right?
Yeah, there's a time machine now that can take us back to the past, but there was no time machine back then, so...
Upgrade don't care where the time machine is, now, there, last week. He will find a way to come get his money.
find this hoe.
I'm waiting for Mike to catch up.
So this is setting up a sequel.
Blends right in. Yeah, Caleb says a timeless.
Yeah, I'm at
a timeless profession. That's unfortunately. That's funny. I didn't know there was a post-credit scene. Thank you, Nom Nom Cat Food, for the info there on that. But this movie was funny. I enjoyed it. The fact that they like swapped all of their water for Gatorade, essentially. The president, the Terry Crews is
pro wrestler.
He's funny.
He's great.
What cracked me up is like the secretaries of all the things. That was hilarious. And it's got electrolytes that plants crave. And then he's like, yeah, I get paid every time I say sponsored by Carl's Jr. But and then the Costco, I laughed at Costco. They were like,
the Costco.
They were like,
so
oh, it's over at the Costco, and then it like pans over, and it's like the largest building ever to exist. It's just miles and miles and miles. He's like, it's just over here. It'll take us about an hour to get there, and they're walking inside the building.
Bro, oh my gosh, yeah, that was really funny. I didn't know about Costco until about like a few years ago. So it's crazy that like, I mean, they kind of called that too because Costco is huge now.
Yeah.
And it was probably huge back then, but just wasn't regional.
Yeah, he's like, this is where I got my lawyer's license. Like they're selling lawyer's licenses.
Man. Dude, yeah.
The TV as well was, and it's funny that we had both of these movies back to back, and being in the time that we are, because like the TV shows that they were watching are like, I feel, for me personally, I'm not like a TV show person, but I feel like most TV shows are that stupid. And then the movies really hit home for me. I was like, I'm at this point, like, apart from a small handful, okay, I'm not going to say all movies, but apart from a small handful, I might as well go to a theater and watch somebody's ass. Because that's how some of these movies are.
Yeah, great suggestion, 60 Bigfoot.
Yeah, good suggestion.
Have you heard the story? I'm guessing not, but have you heard the story about the shoes for the movie? Did you notice what shoes they were wearing?
No.
Okay. So the set design or costume designer was looking around for shoes, and she said that she was looking for something that looked futuristic, was cheap, and like not well known.
Oh, were they wearing Crocs?
They were wearing Crocs.
I noticed that one
before they blew up. Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That is funny.
Yeah. So like automatically they called Crocs.
Yeah, they
like,
made
on
Crocs.
accident.
Yeah. The whole hospital scene was hilarious.
Right.
He was like, here, put this one in your mouth, put this one in your ear, and put this one in your butt. And then he's like, wait a minute. And he takes them all back and like mixes them all up. And then he's like escaping prison, and they're like, escape. And then the turret starts shooting, and then the one keeps shooting, and it hits the other turret. But
dude, so good.
Then the realization that he had of like, hey, I'm smarter than everybody here, and he's like, hey, I'm actually supposed to be on my way out of jail.
Right? Oh, dude, the freaking language, not a problem back in 2005, but you can't say half the insults they say anymore.
No,
because it's either the F word or the R word.
Yeah.
And oh my gosh, it's I'm supposed to be getting out. Oh yeah.
Num Num says,
yeah.
True fact, the audience in the movie theater laughing at the butt was not instructed to do so. Judge wondered after shooting that scene why bother with a whole movie if a butt on a screen is all it takes.
Oh my gosh. Jeez, poor Mike Judge.
He was like, damn, I made a masterpiece for my movie.
Right. Dingus, how many people or how many slogans were just F you? And it's great.
Yeah.
Because oh my gosh, 'cause it's like most of them don't care. It's just buy our stuff.
Yeah.
F off.
The decline of Fuddruckers too was hilarious.
Oh my gosh, dude! I did a double take.
Yeah.
Because I was like, wait, what does it say? Because it's the same exact emblem.
Oh yeah.
And then
the way it changed a couple times, and you're like, wait a minute.
Oh my gosh, man! It's so sad, dude.
Yeah.
When the first part, I've seen it before. The first part when it's explaining how stupid people outbred smart people. I was like, I don't think I can watch this. Like, this hurts so bad because I see it all the time.
It's so true. You see people, they're like,
oh my god,
raise kids in this economy, and then like the people that are like, whatever, like, oh, I accidentally had another kid. Yeah, oopsies.
I'm not shouting out anybody in particular. If you have children, that's great.
Yeah,
but it's some people shouldn't be having kids.
It's very, oh man, it's
good time.
Hey,
kind of bittersweet, honestly.
Spit that out. What are you eating?
I saw some review saying of somebody saying every year this gets better because every year it becomes more right.
It gets closer and closer. Listen, everybody, we got to band together and start educating our children. What's really scary is the way that they talk in that movie.
Yeah, I've met people that talk like that. 100%.
That's becoming a bigger and bigger reality.
Yeah. Oh my god.
It's scary at this point.
Yeah. I bet some people will watch this and be like, "What's funny about this?" Like,
yeah,
it's just a documentary.
This is really offensive.
Yeah. Oh shoot.
Look, if you're offended by this movie, you're the problem. We put this on the TV and the boys wanted to say hi. What up,
hello,
boys?
How's it going?
Little dinguses. The offspring of Sergeant Dingus.
Oh man.
Language is changing in a very scary way. So I'm gonna give this movie. Yeah. I'm gonna give this movie a 8.5. 8.7. 8.7. Yeah. I enjoyed this movie. It was funny. It was entertaining. I want an Idiocracy 2. I don't know what it would be, but it'd be funny. I'm pretty sure it bombed hard in theaters. Glad to see the fan base grow for this.
That's, I mean, kind of not surprising.
Bat says, "Let survival of the fittest come back." That's all I have to say.
That's kind of not surprising that I bombed, but that makes me very sad.
Yeah.
Hi. Made a sequel to be too afraid of, and I mean, yeah. I think the sequel is just like
go
every
outside.
Season of like Big Brother.
Get on TikTok and you are in the sequel of
exactly.
Idiocracy.
Oh man.
I mean, today I was laying next to my wife. She was scrolling through her social media, and I was playing a game on my iPad, I think. I was being an iPad kid. And she was watching like videos with women in them talking, like there was just like a podcast or it was just clips of stuff, or like a girl telling a story or whatever. And I looked over at her and I was like, I am so glad that you don't talk like those girls. Because I don't think I could handle it. I don't think that I could deal with that.
Yeah, no kidding, man. Oh my gosh.
I miss good comedy movies that weren't afraid to offend any. I think we've talked about this before with comedy. The funniest comedy is the offensive stuff. It's like the stuff that's true enough that you like. It's funny, but you have to have a good sense of humor to receive the funny comedy. At least I think like some of the funniest jokes I've ever heard are the ones that have, a little bit of truth in them.
Yeah.
Not to the point of like hatred, but like in good taste.
Yeah, like Tropic Thunder. That's a great example.
Tropic Thunder is a really good movie.
Not for TV anymore without. Yeah, I don't think so.
There's some movies that I'm surprised are still on like Amazon Prime.
Sure. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Which I'm surprised too, but at the same time, I'm glad because it means that like people haven't completely lost their minds.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? If like, and that means that's I don't want to say that, but it means that some people are still, like this. Some of these things are a fad. But
we'll get to your question here in a second, Bat. What's your rating of the movie?
Man, I think it's a much better idea than it was executed, but I'm curious to find out how much it was to make. I'm gonna give it an 8 because the like CG and stuff did not look great.
Oh yeah, no.
But that's not why you're watching the movie,
right?
So it's fine, and it was a comedy. Prophetic, I would say even more so than V for Vendetta, and that was already close to the reality. It was low budget, so there you go. Yeah, so yeah, 8. Say 8.25.
8.25. That's pretty good. So,
and especially if nobody wants to see it. That's tragic.
I recommend this movie. Go give it a watch if you haven't seen it already. If you have and you haven't watched it in a while, maybe go give it another stream. We have a real question from Batwan66 coming in from Idaho. Real question here. Do you guys feel technology and its benefits have outweighed the bad that has come along with it? And then P.S. Without it, I wouldn't have you guys, but I believe it's been a huge part of the levels of stupidity that we are seeing today in people and just in general. Michael, your thoughts?
I think it's like with anything. I think it whether or not it's a good thing, it was inevitable. I think people really... The problem I see is like self-regulation. People really need to realize what's affecting them and what's not. And the internet very much seems to make everything everybody's problem.
Mm-hmm.
But that being said, I think if you look for the good and the bad in technology, you're gonna have all day finding both.
Right.
So I'm very happy with the friends I've made, and I wouldn't have the friends I have without technology. Just because of like drifting apart,
Sure.
But man, people need to chill out with it. They don't need to be using it as much as they are.
Mm-hmm.
That's my thoughts with it.
Yeah, I think technology is we'll narrow this down to the internet.
Sure. Yes.
Because there's a lot of technology that we could go over and talk about each one specifically, but we'll specifically talk about the internet and how it is a part of society. But I think that the internet is a magnifying glass, and it will magnify bad and it magnifies good. But it only magnifies what you put into it. So like Mike said, of the self-regulation, if people are always putting garbage in, then it's going to look like there's going to be a lot of garbage, and it's going to look really big. I hear it all the time of people saying, or people talking about how they're like, man, this is happening all the time now. And it's like, Not really. I mean, you're seeing every time it happens, though. You know, like for me, it's like you wouldn't, if you didn't have this, you wouldn't even know about it. You know, and it wouldn't affect your life at all. And it's like, especially with older generations not understanding reposting, and like videos last forever. So you'll see like old people repost another video from 2012. They're like, "Oh my God, I can't believe this is happening right now." It's like that happened 7 years ago. Like, what are you talking about? Or like people will post GTA footage and they're like, "This world's just getting so crazy. Oh my God." You know, and so it's like people are dumb enough to believe what they see on the internet. And I think that like Mike said, I wouldn't have anybody here on the stream without the internet. I wouldn't have the ability to post and make people laugh. My whole thing during like 2021 and 2020 was like bringing like something not negative to the internet during a time period in the world where everybody was only seeing negative stuff. Also, I wouldn't be married without the internet. I met my wife through TikTok. So I think for me personally, I think that the good has outweighed the evil for the internet, for me. But in a grand scheme, I think that without being checked by each person individually, I don't think that you can regulate enough to make the problem go away, or you know, because that'll just accentuate problems as well. I think it just takes personal responsibility to be like, hey, I'm not going to be on the internet all day today, or I'm not going to post weird stuff on the internet that's going to affect people in a negative way. Right. But that's kind of my idea of the internet. It can be used. It magnifies both. So if you use it for bad, it's going to look bad big, and if you use it for good, it's going to look good big.
Also another thing to remember is that the basis of most social media is negative reactions.
Yeah.
So the algorithm is incentivized to keep you engaged, and the best way to keep you engaged is to show you bad things and things you don't agree with. That's what people react the most with. So whatever you like will be fed to you, and whatever you react to will be fed to you, and it's just to steal your time, essentially.
Yeah.
But that's a good point. He didn't ask about internet. He has technology, and that's a much bigger topic. But internet is, and there's something called the dead internet theory that is basically like everything on the internet is produced by artificial intelligence, and things just to make you interact.
Sure.
And that has become more and more prevalent. Yeah. That idea. Nowadays, people on the internet cannot tell when something's AI or not. And I'm halfway decent at telling the difference, but people will look at things that are absolutely real and be like, this is AI, and vice versa. So it's crazy what's going on there, and that's a whole nother discussion, is the AI issues we're having. But
I watched a video the other day, or maybe today, and it was a graphic designer that was like, I lost my job to AI, and he's like, I spent like 10 years learning, like going to he's like, I went to college for graphic design, and then my company was like, hey, we don't need you anymore. Like, we can do everything that you can do with AI in 30 seconds. Which is funny, because AI is just learning from what graphic designers have made. That's all they can't. AI cannot create anything. They can only take what's been created and make something different.
Synthesize it.
Yeah. So that's sad to see, like, people getting booted by the internet, but at the same time.
Welcome, Miss Heather.
I don't know. Heather, welcome in. Welcome back from physical therapy. Do you feel therapied? Therapewed? Sad I've missed the pod. I mean, shoot, we got another 30 minutes. Maybe we'll make it a long one. I don't know. We haven't done one in 2 weeks.
And it's on.
You can go back and watch the VOD. It is a good one. You should go back and watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sore now. You have experienced the therapy. AI, in my opinion, is awful.
Question,
is way scarier than the internet. It's quite unsettling.
I don't know how we went from being healthily afraid of AI to blatantly accepting it and forcing it into everything.
Yeah, I wish
it's insane.
I wish Joe Champion was in the chat right now because he has a good view on AI. And I think I kind of stand with his view on AI is artificial intelligence is just that. It's artificial. It cannot really learn apart from what it's been coded to do. You know what I mean? Like a robot made. I
mean, here's hoping.
I mean, that's the hope, right? If you watch sci-fi stuff, then they learn to do other things. But like, if a machine is programmed to make PB&Js, it's not going to start making 9mm rounds. You know, like it's not going to be like, hey, I think I can make stuff. You know, but I am also not an expert on any of this by any means. So that's just an opinion that I have.
I think it's.
Where's Aurora when you need her? Yeah, we had an AI chatter in the chat earlier today. She was like,
wow.
Hey, and it was like, seemed like a normal person, and you're like, oh, cool, they're welcome in. And they followed, and they're like, oh, thanks for the follow. And then they were like, I was like, what kind of games do you play? And they didn't answer that question, but then they were like, oh yeah, I'm also, which I don't know if my chat messed up, but they were like, also, I edit social media for people. Doing reels and stuff, and I also design emojis and everything like that. And then you're kind of like, interesting. And I was like,
that was unsolicited.
Yeah, how much do you charge doing stuff like that? You know, just trying to make small talk. And then they were like, so are you interested or not? And I was like, all right,
there you are.
Get out of here.
Get out of here.
But not even that aspect.
Dude, we had
of it, just hearing how it's taking people's jobs, which I mean is nothing new. It happens through history, but still doesn't sit great with me. I mean, you think about it like this: if you were the person, you were a hole digger back in the day, and then they invented excavators. You're like, what the heck? That now they can dig trenches with only one person instead of with 50 dudes in shovels. You know, it's like, so there's always going to be, and tree D's nuts. Yeah. But
technology will always catch up with something.
Yeah, it always does something. And I think you just gotta roll with it and adapt and kind of, I think there's always going to be a point that AI can't do. They can't duplicate
I hope so.
Say your point, and then I have another point.
I just saw I was watching a live stream on YouTube, and they had a chat bot that was AI, and it seemed to be like just going through chat and telling the whoever was streaming what the chat's talking about to, I guess, to help. I don't know why. But I guess to help with regulating hate speech or something. But if the chat quickly realized that if you say kind of outlandish stuff, it will report on it. And so we had a real good time getting the chat to be like,
it'll report.
The chat is talking.
So explain what you mean there.
So, the chatbot goes through all the comments that are being said in chat and kind of summarizes them, right?
Yeah.
And so I want to chat about argues and gets progressive. So it was like miniature news updates just for what the chat was talking about.
Oh.
But what we realized is that like it would report on kind of whatever we were talking about.
Sure.
So I was watching a stream of a show where one of the actors in the show had passed away a few years ago. So a lot of people were like saying rest in peace to this guy, miss him every day. So the chat was like, the chat bot was like, chat is talking about the skits and the death of this actor and in relations. So we started talking about how it was weird that the chat wouldn't admit to killing that actor. And so it was like they're talking about the skits, and they're asking for the chatbot to admit to murdering this person. And so it was great. However, there was one really suspicious thing, kind of a trigger warning. We don't know. I was in the chat. I was watching it. I don't know how it got this, but we were just talking about how the chat was suspicious. The chat updated that it was like, they're talking about the skits and how the chat bot needs to come out and apologize for, I think it was sexually harassing younger algorithms. Out of nowhere. So everybody was like, freaking, what did that just say?
Hold on. Who was talking about that?
Yeah, no, but like we all, looking up in the chat, never mentioned it. So it's like, I think this bot just had a Freudian slip, and it was so entertaining because the skits were entertaining in and of themselves. And then the chat just talking about us talking about the chat.
Yeah.
It was
Funny.
amazing. It was amazing. And also terrifying. I don't know what that chatbot did to the younger algorithms.
Yeah.
But
we don't listen.
Weird.
We'll just report it to the oldest chatbot.
Yeah.
The chatbot authorities. Something about AI that AI is not perfect yet.
Yes.
So the fact that people are using it in ways that should be done perfectly but are not is kind of funny. And I'm talking specifically about some of the Kamala Harris campaign pictures. Have you seen these?
No.
So there's a picture floating around the internet of Kamala Harris and Joe Biden getting off an airplane. And there is a huge crowd of people outside, and the picture is taken from behind the crowd. So it's just a bunch of backs of heads and hands and woo. Speak of the devil. Yeah, best viewers on right. There he is. Somebody get that guy out of here. Somebody block him.
Interesting. It's the chat from YouTube. It followed me.
And if you zoom in on the reflective parts of the airplane, there was no crowd on the tarmac.
Oh,
there were zero people on the tarmac.
I think I did see about this.
Also, and if you're like, well, the angle could be wrong or blah, 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 blah. There's a dude in the crowd and he's got his hands in the air and his arms look like he doesn't have bones. Like his arms are like, whoa. And it's because they were like, people are like, well, you can see videos of like, there's a picture, but there's also video. And it's like, this guy's arms are going noodle crazy. And it's AI trying to like simulate cheering, but it messes up and does all this like stuff. And then there was a rally, different time, different event. And it's a pan video of all of these people, right? And the first couple rows look pretty normal. And then you get back to like the fourth and fifth and sixth, and you start zooming in on some of the faces in this audience, and they are so distorted and like really bad. Like it's really bad. And I'm like, man, that's rough that you trusted that much and then you didn't go in and look at it afterwards. You just like, oh, that looks like an audience, So look into, you'll have to look it up. I don't know where, I just saw it on Instagram, which, honestly, it could all be fake. I have no idea. Maybe somebody made it look fake. I don't know. To prove their point.
Yeah, Sexy said they debunked that pic. I'm interested to see what pic they
debunked it. Listen.
But I mean,
But
there's a few.
according to who, you really can't believe anybody.
Yeah, a chat bot said that it was.
Yeah,
debunked.
another AI said, actually, it's real.
I made it.
Yeah,
It is real.
I did that, and it's real. Even if it's not real, it's still pretty funny. But yeah, AI is kind of crazy, and I'm not too worried about it right now. Maybe in 15 years, maybe 10, we'll have an issue. But
I mean, it depends on the issue that you're worried about, because like it's already affecting stuff now.
I'm not worried about AI
if you're
building
talking about
houses.
sending sending muscles. If you're worried about it sending missiles, yeah, like 15 years. But if you're worried about you shouldn't. It's kind of good because you really shouldn't trust anything you see on the internet, anyways.
Yeah,
you should have healthy skepticism. So hopefully people are learning that the hard way by being wrong about AI stuff.
No one wants to send you money on the internet, okay? I'll just throw that out there. Nobody wants to send you money on the internet, and nobody needs your information to send you money on the internet. Oh, I'll tell a story. There's a scam going around that happens with Venmo, and you get sent money, and then you get a message, or you message the person like, hey, I don't know who you are. Did you mean to send me this money? And they're like, oh, that was an accident. Send me back that money. And that's a scammer who hacked somebody else's account and then sent you money from their account. And then if you send them the money back, then they get the money. So the scammer never has the money, right? But they send money from somebody else's account, and then if you send it back to them, now they have it.
They get the money.
Somebody sent me $1,000 on Venmo.
I remember that. Yeah.
And I was like, that's weird as frick. I don't know this person. They have my last name, but my mom doesn't know who this person is. And my mom's done like genealogy for our family and like knows everybody, right? And I never messaged them because I was like, $1,000 you're gonna notice and you're gonna want a message, so I will wait for a message. And so I waited like a week before I spent any of it. Nothing happened, and I said, all right, I'm gonna keep it. So I got $1,000 from Venmo, and I think somebody tried to scam me, but I got $1,000 out of the deal. So
there you go.
If I'll just put this out, and this has been said by I saw a news release from like a sheriff saying, if someone sends you money, don't send it back, just keep it. So
gotcha. There you go.
I could go to jail. This stream is on the internet, so I'm confused now. Don't believe any of that. Don't believe anything that we're saying right now.
Also, Dingus, like we're trying not to. We're not selling you anything.
Yeah.
So like,
unless you want to buy a sub, and then I'll sell you a streaming service commercial free for 1 month. And I'm just kidding. Are you guys AI?
I don't understand the question. It's not a question.
A man never releases his age.
Doesn't kiss and tell. What about my drink though?
You could still trust us with your drink.
Yeah, I mean AI is not physical.
Yeah, I'm not gonna put anything. Yeah, I'll put a megabyte in there or something. No.
But microplastics.
Anyhow, let's jump into some fake news. I think I have a couple of them that are
fake news or weird
fake news. It's a brand new news series called Fake News. Here we go, Mike. You're next. Oh, my animation's gone. It played the sound, but no animation. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Justin Sheely, accompanied here with Michael Mahaffey. We are the guys you trust to drink news. Thank you for joining us. Tonight on Weird News, I switched it back from fake news because I couldn't think of any fake news.
Bro, I had a few in the pipe that I'm like just trying to come up with anything.
Send it, bro.
Fake news.
Let me play the sound again. Go.
Sure. Hello, welcome to Fake News. This last week, multiple hurricanes broke out over land masses in Jordan and Georgia, both the state and the country. Scientists are baffled by the weather phenomenon due to the fact that most hurricanes form over water. However, these hurricanes are exclusively on land. They are the size of about 3 Texases, and thousands of people have been unaffected by these storms. We don't know what to say about them.
Thousands of people have been unaffected. Oh, man, that's good.
Cheers.
Thank you, Michael. Now to weird news.
No, very, very different. These are huge. Anything but metric.
Canada is now paying. Wait. If you're from Canada, I apologize. Canadians now paying more in taxes than food, housing, and clothing combined.
Cheers. Cheers.
Pour one out for the Canadians. A recent report by the Fraser Institute reveals a significant shift in spending patterns in the Canadian families who now allocate more of their income to taxes than the basic necessities like food, housing, and clothing combined. In 2023, the average Canadian family earning $109,000 paid $46,000 in taxes, which represents 43% of their income. This marks the stark change from 1961, when only 33.5% of family income went to taxes, while 56% covered essential expenses. This data highlights the dramatic increase in tax burden, which was raised by 2,705% since 1961, far exceeds the growth in income and the cost of basic necessities. That's pretty rough. Mm-hmm. And I hate to say it, but I would say America would be in the same boat, but our groceries cost way too much. So we're paying way more in groceries than we are in taxes. Any thoughts on that, Mike?
Yeah. Do you want my thoughts now?
Sure.
This is why we have the Second Amendment. But also, kind of a funny story. My mother accidentally sent a conservative meme to my liberal sister.
That's good for her.
That was it was intense because it's a meme. It's a bit of a joke, but there's some truth to it. Enough truth to very much cause an issue between the two of them. Luckily it was smoothed over, so we don't have to worry about that, but it was very funny from my point of view.
That is good.
Yeah.
Daddy Trudeau needs a new pair of shoes, apparently. Yes, Batwan. Daddy Trudeau needs new shoes and new face paint, because I hear Halloween's coming up. I think he's going blackface again this year.
He's going Hindu Indian.
Yeah, he's being Kamala Harris this year for.
That's great.
So the Olympics. This was supposed to be last week's weird news.
Sure. Yeah.
So the Olympics are over now. They were over last week as well, but this would have been more relevant then. But I still think it's funny. I think we all know about Ray Gunn, the Australian breakdancer, and I use that term lightly.
Rest in peace.
Who got last place in the Olympics, I will add. This news headline says, breakdancing, big shocker, will not return for the 2028 LA Olympics. I'm not even going to read the story because I feel like you all know why. This one time that they were like, hey, let's bring some art. Let's bring some different thing, not a sport per se, a little more, dancing. It failed hard. So they're not bringing it back.
It's kind of a shame because from what I know, Japan and America kicked butt in like the team breakdancing.
It's
and was like it was entertaining, stuff like that. I
It's-
didn't watch any of the.
it's more
stuff,
sad to me because I didn't see any of the good breakdancing. I don't think I saw America
Right.
do any of the
Right.
I didn't see China, I didn't see America, I didn't see any, I didn't see who got gold. All I saw on my social media, on the internet, everywhere was this ray gun lady doing kangaroo hops. And so I didn't even know that anybody did good. I was like, that's kind of crazy.
This is the precedent, right?
Yeah.
This is my only example. This is what everyone was doing.
Yeah, everybody just picked their country animal and just did a dance based on it. I guess.
PSA. Don't this person at this point probably feels enough of the pain. I would not bully this person anymore. I wouldn't bully him in the beginning, but take this as an opportunity to learn. Sometimes you need to tell your friends that something's a bad idea.
Now,
as
Michael,
opposed to bullying somebody.
Michael, I don't know how much you know about this. I got on a rabbit hole of this, and there was in Bat, for the people that live under rocks in Idaho. There is a woman by the name of Ray Gunn, Raygun. That's her stage name. The Olympics this year had breakdancing, and she was the breakdancer for Australia. And by what I could tell,
Well, she was a breakdancer for Australia.
a breakdancer. What I could tell from what I observed is she doesn't know how to breakdance very well. She's very intermediate. Not Olympic level breakdancing, we'll say it that way. And she got absolutely
easily
thrown under the Olympic bus. So
the Olympics canceled her sport, and it looks like because of her.
Because of her, the Olympics canceled her sport. Now, Michael, there is more tea to just a girl that got into the Olympics and went to the stage and danced, okay? Mm-hmm. The Olympics threw this sport in last minute. And so they threw out things and to have people come up with auditions, and each country would handle their own. Ray Gunn and her husband were in charge. Did you hear about this? Were in charge of the selection of dancers. So they held the event that the dancers came to, and Ray Gunn competed, and her husband was a judge.
That her husband was not a judge of her division. I heard about this, and it was disproven.
It was disproven. There's a lot of fake stuff. Anyhow, somehow she got in, and it's still weird. I don't feel bad for her at all. I think she got exactly what she got, because I guarantee you there were people in Australia that could have danced way better than her.
And it's real sad if there wasn't.
I watched you know who Aussie Man Reviews is?
Yes.
I watched a video from him, and he was like, I never thought I would have to come on the internet and make an apology video, but I'm sorry for Ray Gunn. He's like, on behalf of Australia, he goes, our government doesn't seem to be wanting to make this apology video, so I'm gonna have to do it. But anyway, so that's not coming back this year or next Olympics.
He collaborated with Neebs Gaming for a few videos.
Did he really? Very fun. Breaking news. Secret Service apologizes after... Man, the Secret Service can't get a break. After breaking into a Massachusetts salon, to use the bathroom before Harris fundraiser. The U.S. broke in. Breaking and entering. The U.S. Secret Service issued an apology to a Massachusetts salon owner, Alicia Powers. After agents used her building's bathroom without permission ahead of the fundraiser for Vice President Kamala Harris. Last week, according to Powers, Secret Service agents put duct tape over her security cameras, picked the lock to gain access to her building, and allowed various people to use her salon's restroom over a 2-hour period. Powers explains that while she was aware that her salon had to be closed during the event, she was not informed about the Secret Service intentions to use her facilities. Footage from her front door Ring security camera captured an agent approaching the door with a roll of duct tape, observing the locked door and camera, and then using a chair to cover the camera with tape. God, man, they are. We need some help in the Secret Service here. Powers reported that several individuals were in and out of the Hearst salon for about an hour and a half, using her bathrooms and her counter without permission, triggering alarms in the process. After they left, they neglected to remove the tape from the camera and left the building unlocked. Secret Service has since been in contact with Powers with their Boston office, offering an apology for the incident.
Okay, a lot to unpack here.
I think that they need to give this lady more than just an apology.
Bro, if she's not suing the Secret Service right now, she needs to be, I feel like. Yeah, she needs to. This is fundamentally
you gotta go
from the ground up.
Listen,
BS.
Yeah, go ahead, Mike.
Because like, I think it would have been annoying, but okay if they just broke in and used the bathroom and then paid the lady.
Yeah.
But the fact that they tried to cover it up, is so egregious to everything. It just, and like, they see you putting the duct tape on there, so just don't do it.
Just go in and use the bathroom, and then leave $200 on the counter.
At least, like,
lock the door on your way back out.
Oh my gosh, this is so ridiculous. I cannot believe. First of all, it would be ridiculous if they broke and entering and were using it like as a base of operations, which from the sound of it is close because they were letting everybody use the bathroom. But the fact that they tried to cover it up, oh my god, like, it's so insane that you would try to cover it up, and while trying to cover it up, you're putting your face in front of it to like right there in 4K. Like, I don't think it was 4K, but still, it was right there
in Ring K.
Oh my gosh, it is so.
I didn't screenshot the video, but it's also another Secret Service oopsies. A woman in the Secret Service was caught breastfeeding her child during an event that she was supposed to be working. She was found in a back room with her child, feeding it. Which,
oh my gosh,
at first glance, that's not. You should feed your kid, right? You need to feed your child. However, if you're a Secret Service agent and you are there to protect a individual, do not bring your infant child to the event that you're supposed to be protecting them at. And if you are breastfeeding, don't come to the event. It's like
did she
pump some out? Pump some out and give it to your husband in a bottle. You know what I mean? Like, what the heck?
Yeah. Pump one out.
Pump one out real quick. Just jerk one off for it. I don't know how it works. I'm not a dad. Listen.
Oh my gosh. Like, listen. Okay. Easiest thing, not putting it on her. Don't assign her that job.
You should be on leave.
She should be on leave. Or, she should not be. Also, we don't know. Do we know if she was like...
She left... The thing that I read said she left her post.
Wasn't on rotation?
Left her post, wasn't on rotation. She was found... Like, they were like, hey, where's this lady at? It found breastfeeding.
Oh, goodness gracious. Okay. Well, okay.
Which it would be different if you were on break. But an event only... how long does an event last? You don't need a break.
It could be a few hours. But
don't
put her in that situation.
I go to work for 8 hours and I get a 30-minute lunch break. If you're at a 4-hour event, there should be no breaks. What are you talking about? You're a Secret Service agent. You're a top-trained security professional.
Well, That's the thing. If it's done right, you need to have rotations just so they can rest their eyes.
Sure.
And then come back on rotation. But it doesn't sound like this, and it sounds mismanaged the hell out of. This is I feel sorry for her because a lot of people are going to
I'm not condemning. I'm not condemning her for feeding her child. I'm condemning her for accepting an event where she knew she was going to have to feed her child.
She could have. It could have been a situation where she wasn't like actually accepting.
Don't be in the Secret Service then.
Sure, but also, if you're managing her, don't put her in that situation.
Yeah, a lot of people at fault.
I condemn the person who put her on the assignment. Yeah, same.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
I have some strong opinions about that, and I'm not going to share them. DM for more information.
I actually would like to know that, so I might DM you.
Next up, Chinese company introduces unhappy leaves. If you are not happy, don't come to work. And
you said Chinese?
China. And China.
Okay.
China. Chinese companies are introducing unhappy leaves. Now listen, I don't agree with a lot of things that China does. Okay.
Sure. Same. Absolutely same.
But I think I might be able to get behind this. I'm not even going to pretend to pronounce whatever name. But the founder and chairman of the retail chain Pangdong Lai has introduced unhappy leaves for his employees. This new policy allows workers to take a day off whenever they feel discontented or stressed without the need for management approval. This initiative, part of the border strategy to enhance work-life balance, reflects Yu's beliefs that a relaxed and happy workforce will lead to a healthier and more sustainable business, with the policy also being accompanied by a reduced workday of 7 hours and extensive annual leave benefits. So they're reducing the workday to 7 hours, and they're giving them extended annual leave benefits. What are your listen? Today I didn't go into work today because I that's what I did. I just wasn't approved. I just texted him and said, "Hey, I'm not coming in."
Gotcha. Okay. On the surface, this sounds really good. We tried to do something. We kept trying to do something very similar at PNPA with this, but because it was like, do we all want to? It was top down, and we discussed like with the manager asking the people on the crew, do we want to take a day off? Right.
Yeah.
The issue that I constantly ran into is that the crew would rather get a day of work done and be like a day closer. So like, I'm for this. I did not, oh geez.
Is it a paid leave? I hope so.
In our situation, it would have been paid because we would have been on the road.
Right.
That's just to say that I'm on board.
Yeah.
However, this sounds
very
too good to be
situational.
Yeah.
Because I understand the situation that Mike was in, and when you're on the road and not at your house, taking a day off is the worst because now you're just sitting in a hotel. And you'd rather just be done.
No matter how tired you are.
You'd rather just be done and go home. But I thought that was kind of crazy that they're like, hey, if you don't want to come to work today, don't do it. What happens if everybody decides not to come into work today?
Yeah, that's what I wonder if you could.
Is there? You have to request it.
Weird.
Except for it said allows workers to take a day off whenever they feel discontented or stressed without the need for management approval. They don't need approval, but they do maybe need to tell them. Possibly.
I think as an idea, this is a great idea because you have people who, like, if the option is there, they're choosing to stay. and that's it's a good psychological thing, is because they're like, I'm here for a reason, and the reason is I don't want to get rid of, or
updated on the updated story here. Batwan66 comes in and says average workday in China is 12 to 14 hours, and they work 6 days a week on average.
Yeah.
So this sounds great, and I don't know about that one.
Yeah.
With
on the face of it, I'm all for it.
Sure. Yeah. I would need more information before I sign the document that says, I'm going to take one of those. Yeah.
Like, they can immediately fire you if you take it.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I'm worried about.
If you take 5, you're out of here.
5 and 15 years, you're out.
Anna Victoria becomes world's first lawyer with Down syndrome.
If you want my opinion on this, DM me.
I was under the impression that all lawyers had Down syndrome, but I was proven wrong today. Anna Victoria Espino de Shipping. Wow, she got a long name. We'll just say Anna Victoria has made history as the world's first lawyer with Down syndrome, graduating with a law degree from I don't know how to say that, university, the BUAZ. So you look up that, and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Born on
College of Ruidoso Downs. Sorry.
Born on January 30th, 1999, in where is Zacatecas? I don't know. I don't know where that is. Dingus, I'm done complaining then. I don't know where that is. Anna Victoria has consistently befueled expectation. Befueled? What words are we using in this? Befueled expectations, proving her condition.
Baffled.
Okay, maybe I have Down syndrome. I don't know.
Well, you can get your law degree.
Yeah. Hey, I'm going to college, everybody. Proving her condition is no barrier to success. Also, did we talk about that guy that is in a steel with the iron body, the iron lung, the iron lung? There's a dude that got his law degree that practiced law in the iron lung. So if he can do it,
he's good too.
Yeah. So, hold on. Supported by her parents, Anna Victoria excelled in education and the arts, even showcasing her paintings at prestigious exhibits. In 2019, she pursued a career in law driven by her passion for human rights. Her goal is to open doors for people with disabilities, advocating for their rights and aspiring to become a local deputy. Anna Victoria achievement highlights that nothing is impossible. A heartwarming story at its base. I cannot linger on this too long, otherwise you know what will happen.
She did a great job. Very proud of her.
Great job.
Inspiration for everybody. Very good.
She's gonna be never mind.
I literally had to hold my mouth shut.
I'm not laughing at her.
No, it's no laughing matter with her.
Maybe I'm laughing with her. Is someone yelling hello?
All
right.
I did see a comment that said if she asked if she was willing to accept payment in grilled cheeses. And that was the first comment I saw on that post. Not the worst. Very proud of her.
Oh my God. Caleb, I believe she's defending other people with disabilities. So,
oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
All right, last one. Here we go.
We did.
Now on to what is going on? Stop. Can't stop. What's going on? Hold on. Now on to another person with Down syndrome. North Korea opens a border for foreign tourism in December. Sorry, let me read that again. North Korea to open border for foreign tourists in December. And the person, now I'm not talking about North Koreans have Down syndrome. I'm talking about Kim Jong-un.
Fair. Yes.
To clarify, love the North Koreans. North Korea will reopen international tourism to, I don't know how to say that, Samjian in December, with the rest of the country possibly following. Tour companies announced. This marks a step forward, easing COVID border restrictions and welcoming large groups of foreign tourists. Cario Tours confirms the December 2024 reopening on its website. So who's going with me to North Korea?
I'll go to South Korea. I'm
My favorite part is that there's only open in one city. You can go to one city in North Korea.
Sure. Yeah. I'm so curious to why they did this. But hey, good for them.
Are they kidnapping people?
Yeah. Are they kidnapping people? Are they trying to get sympathy, saying everything, because you've heard of those people, like journalists going there and they have not the most legit looking towns.
Yeah.
That's what I'm like. How bad is it, Caleb, that they are now resorting to this? You know what I mean? That's what I'm interested in. That's very fascinating. I will not go. But I'll go to South Korea and I'll try and find you when you get kidnapped.
Yeah. I need you in South Korea so that I can flee North Korea and link up.
Would I go for 10 mil? Probably just give it to my family.
Would I go for 10 mil? Absolutely. I'd go for 1.
Right. You heard it. Caleb's paying for it.
Caleb just offered, I'll take your 10.
20, yeah, I'll take 10.
I'll take your 10.
Yeah. We'll go easy on you. We'll both take 5. So we don't want you to break the bank.
Tourism would then indirectly fund their military. Absolutely. They ran out of money to shoot garage sale rockets across the South Korean border, and they need more funds.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost like going to Antarctica, where you can be like, I was the first in probably ever in my family to go here.
Yeah.
Although I might have had some uncles or something fight in Korea, so maybe not.
So that is all I have for the weird news. I will say that through the because we are coming to a close here. I just want to say thank you to everybody who gifted for the subathon. We did hit the goal for making shirts. I posted those in Discord. Their stream search, not necessarily guys you trust with your drink shirts, but stream shirts. This is what the back looks like. I don't know if you can see. It says "Stay hydrated, stay hammered, stay healthy." Love you, mean it on the back. But I am taking orders for those, and we'll be putting in an order here probably next week for anybody that wants one. I just need a size and if you want one in your address.
Very nice. So
you can DM me on Discord or just let me know that you need one, and we'll get you one. They do cost money. I'm not buying one for everybody. But the cost of the shirts probably going to be around maybe $30. Because it's like the more you buy, the less it is, but the less you buy, the more it is, kind of a thing. So I think it's around $30. I'm not going to charge shipping or anything like that. I'll cover all that. But we did that. I ate a bunch of bugs. That's fun. But I have money for a shirt or two from Justin.
There you go. Yeah.
Wait.
He said, I have no money to spend anyways. And then
Oh,
he said, I have money.
money for 2 shirts. Listen, after he spends his money for his 2 shirts, then he doesn't have any money to spend in North Korea.
Yeah.
But yeah, so episode 15, Guys Who Trust You to Drink, in the books.
Very nice.
And we will be back next Monday. What's our movie? We didn't.
Movie next Monday. Oh gosh dang it, I wrote it down. I think it was Kevin. Oh, it's I think you may have seen this one, Jojo Rabbit.
I've seen Jojo Rabbit. Yep, it's a great movie.
Okay, so it'll be The Gladiator.
The Gladiator.
I believe. Yeah.
I've wanted to see this movie for a long time. I just haven't taken the time to do it.
And there's a sequel coming out, so good timing.
There's a sequel to The Gladiator coming out?
Yeah. Denzel Washington is going to be in it. So sign me up, all of it.
Yeah, I'm in. I'm in. All right. Well, Mike, any closing thoughts? Any closing?
Yeah, glad to be back. So glad that everybody's here. Congrats, Justin, on the subathon. That's insane. Yeah, just happy to be here. Love you guys very much.
Alrighty, everybody. As always, love you, mean it. From the Guys Who Trust You to Drink, stay hydrated, stay hammered, stay healthy. And we'll see you next time. Peace.